Ucapkan terima kasih yang terdalam atas kesempatan untuk menghadiri pertemuan malam ini.
Let me express my deepest
Kehormatan
gratitude
bagi saya
for the
karena
privilege of addressing this convention.
mari kita
Tonight is a particular honor for me because, let's face it, my presence on this stage is pretty unlikely. My father was a foreign student, born and raised in a small village in Kenya. He grew up herding goats, went to school in a tin roof shack. His father, my grandfather, was a cook, domestic servant to the British. But my grandfather had larger dreams for his son. Through hard work and perseverance, my father got a scholarship to study in a magical place, America, that shone as a beacon of freedom and opportunity to so many who had come before.
Yang begitu banyak yang akan
While
datang
studying
sebelum
here,
panggilan mempelajari.
my father met my mother. She was born in a town on the other side of the world,
Dia lahir
in
di
Kansas.
sebuah kota di sisi lain di dunia Kanada. Ayahnya berdiri di
Her father worked on oil rigs and farms through most of the Depression. The day after Pearl Harbor, my grandfather signed up for duty, joined Patton's army, marched across Europe. Back home, my grandmother raised a baby and went to work on a bomber assembly line. After the war, they studied on the GI Bill, bought a house through FHA, and later moved west, all the way to Hawaii in search of opportunity. And they too had big dreams for their daughter.
Membeli sebuah rumah di
Common dream
Eropa
born of
dan
two
kemudian
continents.
memindahkan
My parents shared not only an improbable love, they shared an
banyak
abiding
kesempatan
faith in the
navigasi untuk
possibilities of this
memiliki
nation.
otak besar untuk hidup
They would give me an African name,
Green
Barak,
Hornet.
or Blessed,
Orang
believing
tua
that
saya
in a
bukan
tolerant
hanya
America,
cinta yang mustahil.
your name is no barrier to
Mereka
success.
berbagi wajah yang menggigit dan kemungkinan itu
They
akan
imagine-
memberi saya seorang
They imagined me going to the best
Saya
schools
percaya bahwa Amerika
in the land, even though they weren't rich, because in a generous America, you don't have to be rich to achieve your potential.
Ke sekolah berhewan meskipun mereka adalah
They're both
Amerika.
passed away now.
Anda tidak harus
And yet
kaya
I
untuk
know
mencapai
that on
potensi
this
Anda.
night, they
Ya,
don't
saya
look
mengenal
down
Christ
on me with
Savior
great
dan
pride.
saya berdiri di sini
They
hari
stand
ini.
here, and I stand
Bersyukur
here
atas
today,
keanekaragaman
grateful
warisan
for the
saya,
diversity of my
menyadari bahwa
heritage,
orang tua saya membaca
aware
langsung di
that my
kota
parents'
saya,
dreams live on in
dan
my two
mengatakan
precious daughters.
America Choice
I
meneruskan
stand here
bahwa
knowing
kepada
that my story
semua
is
orang yang
part of
datang
the larger
sebelum
American
kita,
story,
saya
that
bahkan berbicara
I
lebih
owe a
baik
debt to all of those who came before me, and that in no other country on earth is my story even possible.
kan karena tingginya gedung pencakar langit untuk kekuatan militer kita atau ekonomi di masa
Tonight,
kini. Berdasarkan
we gather to affirm the greatness of our nation,
dibuat lebih dari
not because of the height of our skyscrapers or the power of our military or the size of our economy. Our pride is based on a very simple premise,
Mereka dianugerahi
summed up in a declaration made over 200 years ago.
bahwa
We
di
hold
antara
these
ini
truths to be
adalah
self-evident,
kebebasan hidup dan
that all
pengejaran
men are
kebahagiaan yang
created equal,
benar-benar jenius dari prasmanan Amerika.
that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That is the true genius of America. A faith in simple dreams, an insistence on small miracles, that we can tuck in our children at night and know that they are fed and clothed and safe from harm. That we can say what we think, write what we think without hearing a sudden knock on the door. That we can have an idea and start our own business without paying a bribe. That we can participate in the political process without fear of retribution, and that our votes will be counted, at least most of the time.
Baik, Amit.
Ya, makasih ya, Mas.
Siap. Aja.
Ya.
This year, in this election, we are called to reaffirm our values and our commitments, to hold them against a hard reality, and see how we're measuring up to the legacy of our forebears and the promise of future generations. And fellow Americans, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, I say to you tonight, we have more work to do.
kepada Anda malam ini kami memiliki
More
lebih
work
banyak
to do
pekerjaan untuk dilakukan
for the workers I met in Galesburg, Illinois,
untuk
who were losing their
dilakukan
union
seperti
jobs at
saya
the Maytag
di
plant that's
Galesburg,
moving to Mexico.
Illinois.
And now we're having to
Kita
compete with their
kehilangan
own
pekerjaan
children
dari
for
tempat
jobs that pay $7
mereka
an
di
hour.
makanan terkenal
More to do for the father that I met
di
who was
Meksiko,
losing
dan
his job
sekarang kita
and
harus
choking back the
bersaing
tears,
dengan
wondering how he
anak-anak
would
dulu
pay
untuk
$4,500 a month for the drugs his
apa yang
son
harus
needs
dilakukan
without
untuk
the health benefits that he
ayah yang
counted on.
saya temui yang kehilangan
More to do
pekerjaan
for the
dan
young woman in
mengenai
East St. Louis.
bertanya-tanya
Thousands
bagaimana
more
dia
like her,
membayar
who has the grades, has the drive,
4.500
has the will,
per
but doesn't
bulan
have the money
untuk
to go to
obat-obatan dan
college.
hari Minggu tanpa tunjangan
Now,
kesehatan
don't get me
sehingga
wrong.
berdasarkan
The
apa yang
people
harus
I meet
dilakukan
in
untuk
small
wanita muda
towns
di
and big cities
St.
and
Louis
diners and
berbuat
office parks,
Wipro
they don't expect
memiliki
government to
untuk
solve all their problems.
memiliki dorongan memiliki
They know they
keinginan
have to work
tertentu
hard to
untuk
get ahead,
memiliki
and they
uang
want to.
kuliah. Orang-orang
Go into the
sesungguhnya
collar
tidak
counties around Chicago,
berpikir
and
untuk
people will
bekerja
tell you they
jalan-jalan
don't want their
dengan
tax money wasted by a
kantor.
welfare agency or by the Pentagon.
Bagian mereka tidak mengharapkan pemerintah
Go in,
untuk menyelesaikan semua masalah.
go into any inner city neighborhood, and folks will tell you that government alone can't teach our kids to learn. They know that parents have to teach, that children can't achieve unless we raise their expectations and turn off the television sets and eradicate the slander that says a black youth with a book is acting white. They know those things.
Akan menjadi kalau Anda hanya pemerintah dapat mengajar anak-anak kita untuk belajar
People don't expect
tahu orang tua harus
government to solve all their
mengajar
problems.
hadapan yang
But they
mematikan
sense deep
televisi
in their
dan
bones
membasmi selender yang
that with just a slight change in priorities, we can make sure that every child in America has a decent shot at life. And that the doors of opportunity remain open to all. They know we can do better. And they want that choice. In this election, we offer that choice. Our party has chosen a man to lead us who embodies the best this country has to offer. And that man is John Kerry.
Kami dapat menentukan itu atau mereka menyukainya untuk pemilihan yang kami tawarkan. Dia mendukung partai
John
kami
Kerry
telah memilih
understands the
seorang
ideals of community, faith, and service because they've defined his life.
pemimpin
From his
kita
heroic service to
mewujudkan yang
Vietnam,
terbaik
to his years as a prosecutor and lieutenant governor, through 2 decades in the United States Senate, he's devoted himself to this country. Again and again, we've seen him make tough choices when easier ones were available. His values and his record affirm what is best in us. John Kerry believes in an America where hard work is rewarded. So instead of offering tax breaks to companies shipping jobs overseas, he offers them to companies creating jobs here at home. John Kerry believes in an America where all Americans can afford the same health coverage our politicians in Washington have for themselves. John Kerry believes in energy independence, so we aren't held hostage to the profits of oil companies or the sabotage of foreign oil fields. John Kerry believes in the constitutional freedoms that have made our country the envy of the world, and he will never sacrifice our basic liberties, nor use faith as a wedge to divide us. And John Kerry believes that in a dangerous world, war must be an option sometimes, but it should never be the first option. You know, a while back, I met a young man named Seamus in a VFW hall in East Moline, Illinois. He was a good-looking kid, 6'2", 6'3", clear-eyed with an easy smile. He told me he joined the Marines and was heading to Iraq the following week. And as I listened to him explain why he didn't listen, the absolute faith he had in our country and its leaders, his devotion to duty and service, I thought, this young man was all that any of us might ever hope for in a child. Then I asked myself, are we serving Seamus as well as he's serving us? I thought of the 900 men and women, sons and daughters, husbands and wives, friends and neighbors who returned to their own country. And
pikir anak
families
muda
I've met
ini
who were
mulai
struggling to get by
berharapan
without a
hilang,
loved one's full
tapi
income,
kemudian
or whose loved ones had
dia
returned
bertanya
with a
pada
limb
diri
missing
sendiri, apakah kami
or
melayani
nerves shattered,
sumus?
but
Dan
still
juga dia
lacked
mendengar saya
long-term health benefits
memikirkan
because they were
sepasang
reservists.
dan perempuan putra dan
When
putri
we
suami
send
dan
our
istri
young
tangan
men and
dan
women
saya
into
mereka
harm's way,
kembali
we have
ke
a
rumah
solemn
mereka sendiri.
obligation
Apakah
not to fudge
keluarga
the
yang saya
numbers or
temui
shade the
yang
truth about
berjuang
why
untuk
they are
bertahan
going,
hidup
to care for
tanpa
their families
orang
while they're gone,
berdaya,
to
di
tend
mana
to the
orang-orang
soldiers
di dunia
upon their
yang
return,
dikembalikan
and to never, ever
saya
go to
layani
war
karena
without
mereka
enough
adalah
troops
sosok
to win the war,
ketika kami
secure the
mengirim
peace,
dia
and
dengan
earn the respect of the world.
cara yang sulit, kami memiliki kewajiban yang sulit. Tidak seberapa banyak yang akan merawat untuk keluarga mereka pada saat pergi kepada
Now let me be clear. Let me be clear.
kembalinya mereka dapat perangannya
We have real enemies in the world.
yang cukup untuk
These enemies must be found,
mengamankan
they must be
perdamaian dan
pursued,
memberikan sahur
and they must be
di
defeated.
dunia. Anda
John Kerry
harus
knows this.
pandai
And just as Lieutenant Kerry did not hesitate to risk his life to protect the men who served with him in Vietnam, President Kerry will not hesitate one moment to use our military might to keep America safe and secure. John Kerry believes in America, and he knows that it's not enough for just some of us to prosper. For alongside our famous individualism, there's another ingredient in the American saga, the belief that we're all connected as one people. If there's a child on the south side of Chicago who can't read, that matters to me even if it's not my child. If there's a senior citizen somewhere who can't pay for their prescription drugs and having to choose between medicine and the rent, that makes me cruel even if it's not my grandparent. If there's an Arab American family being rounded up without benefit of an attorney or due process, that threatens my civil liberties. It is that fundamental belief. It is that fundamental belief. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper that makes this country work. It's what allows us to pursue our individual dreams and yet still come together as one American family. E pluribus unum, out of many, one. Now, even as we speak, there are those who are preparing to divide us. The spin masters, the negative ad peddlers, who embrace the politics of anything goes. Well, I say to them tonight, there is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America. There is not a black America and a white America and Latino America and Asian America. There's the United States of America. The pundits like to slice and dice our country into red states and blue states, red states for Republicans, blue states for Democrats. But I've got news for them too. We worship an awesome God in the blue states, and we don't like federal agents poking around in our libraries in the red states. We coach Little League in the blue states, and yes, we've got some gay friends in the red states. There are patriots who opposed the war in Iraq, and there are patriots who supported the war in Iraq. We are one people, all of us pledging allegiance to the Stars and Stripes, all of us defending the United States of America.
Harapan anak pekerja pabrik dari seorang anak buah Maluki yang percaya bahwa Amerika memiliki tempat baginya untuk memanggil Raja Suma dalam menghadapi wajah tidak pasti hadiah terbesar Tuhan kepada kami sebagai saya percaya pada hal yang tidak saya percaya bahwa mereka adalah hari-hari yang lebih baik di masa depan.
John Kerry calls on us to hope.
Saya percaya
John Edwards
kita
calls
dapat
on us to hope.
menyediakan
I'm not
rumah
talking
bagi
about blind
orang
optimism
di
here.
kota-kota
The almost
di
willful
Amerika
ignorance
malam
who thinks
ini.
unemployment
Jika
will
Anda
go away if we
merasakan
just
hal
don't
yang
think
sama
about it,
di seluruh
where
negeri
healthcare
dari
crisis will
Florida
of itself if we just ignore it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something more
Orang-orang akan
substantial.
bangkit pada bulan November
It's the
itu.
hope of
Harley
slaves
akan
sitting around a
dilantik
fire-singing
sebagai
freedom
presiden
song.
dan John Edwards akan
The hope
dilantik
of
pada 5
immigrants setting
presidennya,
out for
dan negara
distant
ini
shores.
akan merebut kembali
The
janjinya
hope
dari
of a young naval lieutenant
keluar
bravely patrolling the Mekong
dunia
Delta.
politik
The hope
ini.
of a mill worker's son
Chuck
who
Norris,
dares to defy the odds.
hari yang
The
cerah
hope of a
akan
skinny kid
datang.
with a
Terima
funny
kasih
name
banyak
who
semua
believes that
orang
America
tua
has
yang
a place for him too. Hope in the face of difficulty, hope in the face of uncertainty, the audacity of hope. In the end, that is God's greatest gift to us, the bedrock of this nation, a belief in things not seen, a belief that there are better days ahead. I believe that we can give our middle class relief and provide working families with a road to opportunity. I believe we can provide jobs to the jobless, homes to the homeless, and reclaim young people in cities across America from violence and despair. I believe that we have a righteous wind at our backs, and that as we stand on the crossroads of history, we can make the right choices and meet the challenges that face us. America, tonight, if you feel the same energy that I do, if you feel the same urgency that I do, if you feel the same passion that I do, if you feel the same hopefulness that I do, if we do what we must do, then I have no doubt that all across the country, from Florida to Oregon, from Washington to Maine, the people will rise up in November, and John Kerry will be sworn in as president, and John Edwards will be sworn in as vice president, and this country will reclaim its promise, and out of this long political darkness, a brighter day will come. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. Thank you.